Good morning. Welcome to Church Without Religion. My name's Andrew Farley. I'm the pastor here.
I met Catherine at Graduate InterVarsity Christian Fellowship. It's a graduate group at University of Illinois, and we were both looking for Christian friends. She was one of the organizers of the events there, and she was also the greeter. So she greeted me, and then I married her.
Okay. Just still slightly, not a lot, but a little bit.
I really respect her for her ability to care for everybody in the room and reach out to them and try to make friends with people who don't yet have friends.
He is a very funny person. There's never a dull moment. We have so much fun together.
Knives and forks. Okay, you get the candlesticks.
Okay, I'll get the candles.
All right, ready?
We went together to NASA's website, and he downloaded the temperature data from NASA, and he put it into Excel on his own computer, and he plotted it. And as he would say at that moment, he had a decision to make. Either NASA, who put men on the moon, was involved in this worldwide conspiracy to fake this issue, or it really was true.
A thermometer is not Republican. A thermometer is not Democrat. This issue is not blue or red. This issue is really green.
If we believe that God created this planet, that, as it says in Genesis 1, God gave us this planet to care for, to be responsible for. If we believe that we are to be known by our love for others, that is how Christians are to be recognized, especially our love and care for those who don't have the resources and advantages we do. If that's what we believe, then we have every reason in the world not just to care about climate change, but to be on the forefront of those demanding action.
Community. Where do we go for our news? Where do we go for our science? Where do we go for our facts? And I'm afraid that sometimes we go to the most dynamic speaker, we go to a charismatic talk show host, we go to someone who has a political bent to him or her. And sometimes the information is okay and accurate, but sometimes those people are just prepared by others who have an agenda.
It isn't just about conserving our resources, it's about preventing dangerous impacts on the planet and on people, especially people who are already suffering today. People who are poor, people who don't have the advantages that we have, they're the ones who are already feeling the heat today.
Well, Vincent, thanks for your call, and you keep in touch. Hang on the line.
And
I'm
when
going
I
to get you
wrote
a
The
copy
Naked
of
Gospel, it was really about my journey into God's grace and how God's grace is really what changes our attitudes and our actions. And I think what Catherine brings to the table is that she puts in front of me a real way, a tangible way that we can care, not just for our neighbor next door, but our neighbor around the globe.
Science is the evidence of what we do see and observe and measure. Faith is intangible. It is a belief that is not based on observational proof. So no, I don't believe in climate change. I crunch the data myself. I run the models. I look at the basic physics that underlies our planet. And when I look at all of those lines of evidence, more than 26,500 lines of physical evidence around the world, from birds and bees to trees and glaciers and sea level rise, there is no question that the planet is warming. It's humans who are responsible for the first time in the history of the planet. And if we don't wean ourselves off these dirty and dangerous ways of getting energy from coal and gas and oil, we're going to see dangerous impacts, not just for the planet, but for us. The real objections are not to the science, they're to the solutions.
What would I say to people that can't accept the solutions to climate change? I would say buckle your seatbelt, because China and many other countries have already been excelling and surpassing us here in the United States in terms of wind energy and solar energy. And if we don't watch it, if we don't join in a competitive way in the marketplace, we're going to find ourselves behind the times and hurting economically. So now is the time to invest big time in alternatives.
And this year's bigger, it passed 3 degrees Celsius, which is huge.
That was hilarious.
The more I've realized that telling people about this issue, bringing it up to the level of our consciousness where we know this is really important. In fact, how can we feel like we're really expressing Christ's love to the world if we are saying, oh, climate change isn't real when it's harming real people? The more I've realized that, the more I've realized that maybe this is a calling.